My name is Tom Jean Webb, originally from London and live here in Austin, Texas now. My style of art, it's about being, it's an idea of decorated minimalism. So I like to be very playful with the places that I see and the people that I meet and how they get represented into the paintings. Visually, it's very inspired by the Southwest landscape, and I think that is because it offers a large open space and room for this idea of movement and travel for the viewer. The paintings are about the spaces that we travel through. I offer these paintings as windows into these places and ask that the viewer engage with the work, they walk through the work and they have a conversation with it. You know, they start to try and place the work and place themselves within the work. You know, I basically sit with an A4 piece of paper and I'll sketch out ideas. Then what I do is I'll put them all on what I call my mind map, which is a wall here in the studio. And I can start to see how ideas are developing, you know, what's connected. And then from there, it'll stay as a painting, or it will then be like, okay, so now I can pluck parts of this painting and make those real. That painting becomes the stepping stone for the next piece of work, because it's this continually self-feeding language. And sometimes I feel like each painting is almost like a frame from this never-ending movie. Many years down the line, it'll be this long, big movie that people can just kind of read through and see what's happened. I had a show at Ivester Contemporary which was called Wildflowers, and the premise of the show was to kind of take apart a film essentially and break it down into its singular parts. So in the show we had paintings of the characters, the people, we had paintings of the setting or the place where this film took place. To go along with that, I wanted to create a soundtrack, and so that's how collaborated with Ryan to put together what would be the soundtrack for this exhibition, Deconstructed Film. The process of working with Ryan on the soundtrack was a pretty organic journey, really. Basically, he would visit every week. At the end of the week, come and look at the work as it was evolving. We would discuss each new painting. As he was building his soundtrack, you know, his art, I would go to his studio and listen to it and collaborating and communicating to each other. But what became apparent is almost our artworks separately were having this conversation as well alongside us. You know, and that's always the beauty of collaborative work. For me, my art is a fun, creative, instinctive process. Now everyone has their own instinctive, creative process, and that can be in any media, but I hope that they get that energy from the work and they take it off into their own life and their own world. I hope it offers space for reflection, place themselves in the work and engage with the work in that way, and that every single time maybe they come back, there's enough room in the work to have different interpretations or create different stories. For me, it's the tool with which I decipher living, you know, how I feel or how I respond to something, or how I see things. It's, you know, it's my map, it's my dictionary, you know, it's my code for which I learn about my surroundings and myself in those surroundings. You know, I want people to perform with the work and see a piece of themselves in it.